How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Predit OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real talk, truth seasons. Don't worry, I'll wait. And let's just look at the cost of living. Right now, we shouldn't even be going to any supermarkets because it's all processed food, and they all know that they're killing us through diabetes, giving us cancer, giving us all sorts of stuff from the reasons why we ain't healthy no more. When was the last time you actually felt healthy? When was that actually the last time you went to the shop and you bought something and you thought, yeah, this is actually nutritious? They've took all the seeds and everything out of the fruits, and they keep giving us processed food. But then let's actually just talk about the living cost. Don't worry, I'll wait. This is what we're doing now, government. Yeah, this is what we're doing. So our pay rise hasn't gone up, but then you want to put up the living cost. So food and everything's gone up. We've got people that's actually going to food banks and they're doing a 9 to 5. Don't worry, I'll wait. Did you hear what I said? You got people that's going to a food bank, but they're doing a 9 to 5 because they cannot survive on the salary that they have. Rent up, council tax up, cost of living up. You can't even drive your car anymore because they talk about the emissions, the toll charge and all the rest of it. That's gone up. Insurance has gone up. Don't worry, I'll wait. The list goes on how much things have gone up, and we sit there all the time and say, oh, it's the last government, oh, it was this government. But hold on a minute, you've just spent billions and billions of pounds on our war system. You've spent billions and billions of pounds on this new digital ID. You've spent billions and billions of pounds on a new logo for the government, new logo, but yet you sit there and tell us that we don't have no money. Yet you still tell us that we have to pay, and we've been paying out of this, out of our tax money. Every single one of us is paying, but at the same time, we haven't seen no change. And I get to the stage when I used to hear them say, don't worry, after lockdown, everything's going to go back to normal. How much of us has actually even known what normal is? What's the normal anymore? Do you actually remember when you was locked down? Do you remember before lockdown? Do you remember what the prices was like? Do you remember our life? Now look at this. Do you feel like these prices will ever go back down? I used to remember going to Europe and seeing the euros and thinking, raw, this is expensive. I'm now looking at our pound and saying, wow, this is expensive. But what's you guys' thoughts? Comment below.
Energy bills up again. A Freddo now costs more than your wage growth can cover. People on full-time jobs queuing at food banks, pensioners choosing between heating and eating, rent, council tax, insurance, everything soaring, but your pay packet barely moving. This is Britain 2025, where even a tiny chocolate frog tells the truth politicians won't. Buckle up, we're about to break down why life feels impossibly expensive and whether it's ever coming back down.
If wages had kept up with Freddo inflation, minimum wage would now be £17.50 an hour. So minimum wage has gone up, right? Which leaves the question of why so many of us are feeling poorer. Let me explain with a Freddo. People say wages are rising, so you should feel richer. But here's the truth. Wage growth is a lie if your money buys less. And nothing shows that better than the most scientific economic measure in Britain, the Freddo. In 2005, the minimum wage was £5.05 per hour. A Freddo was just 10p. So 1 hour of work got you 50 Freddos. In 2025, the minimum wage is £12.21 an hour, which sounds better, right? But one Freddo now costs 35p. So 1 hour of work gets you just 34 Freddo. Wages are up 142%, but Freddos are up 250%. So even with a higher income, you've got less buying power. And here's the kicker. If wages had kept up with Freddo inflation, minimum wage would now be £17.50 an hour. That's £5 more than what you're actually earning. So next time the government tells you everything's fine because wages are up, ask how many Freddos can you buy now versus 2005? What's the real cost of living? Does this feel like progress to you? Drop a comment. How many Freddos should the minimum wage buy in 2025? Agree or disagree? Let's hear it.
Are household bills going to be going up again from the start of January to the end of April? And my short reply to that is absolutely. They said energy bills were going to come down. They've already said now that they're going to go up in January. And I genuinely think, I remember doing the video last April when I said every single household bill went up. I've just got a funny feeling that's going to happen again. It's unsustainable, people. I don't understand how they expect people to do it. Has your wages gone up 10-15% to cover the cost of that stuff? Absolutely not. You're looking to get 4-5%, some people. Some people don't even get a pay rise. And off the back of the budget, the disastrous budget, what they put out there, some small business have even said, we can't even afford to take any new staff on. Can't even offer your existing staff pay rises. So the people just are expected to pay more and more and more. It's like with the energy bills. He said they're going to go up in January, then they'll come down in the autumn. So what happens with the energy bills, it's Stevie Wonder can see what they do. They'll put them up, say, like here, and then when it comes to the autumn, they'll drop them a little bit. So you've still got that gain, and that gain is staying there. And then when they go up again, they'll add it on top of the gain. And they just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we all know 100%, there'll be people, pensioners, people who can't afford the bills, sat in the freezing cold in this winter again. And these people seem to think that they're doing a marvellous job. Not even energy bills, household bills should not be going up every single year like they do. Especially off the back of it when he said that council tax weren't going to go up. That will be a big one. That will go up 5%, 10%, 15%, 20% in places. You just know it's going to happen. As a whole, by the way. Not just 20% bosh. They've agreed 20% over a certain amount of years. But that's ridiculous as well. How are people meant to afford that? But yeah, I think it will.
Does anyone else feel at the moment that life in the UK is just really, really bloody hard? The cost of everything is just going up and up. Just done a quick little cheeky shop. You know, the average just 2 or 3 items, 4 or 5 items. I know it's obviously where you shop, but coming to like nearly 20 quid. When the hell did that come in? And also, the state of roads in general, where do I go from there? Our taxes are covering that. And then the cost of bloody electricity and gas. Please. And water. Oh my.
How expensive is it to live in the UK?
Very expensive.
You have to pay for everything here.
You pay for electric bill, gas bill, water. You pay for the police. You pay for the healthcare. You pay for the road. You pay like a mortgage for your house.
London is super, super expensive. You know, when your currency is number 1 out of the top 3 most popular currencies in the world, which is pounds, euros, and dollars, you know that whatever you're spending, especially if you're coming from Africa, where most of the purchasing power isn't as strong, or if you're coming from Nigeria, where a pound is like 1,200 or something, I don't know, it keeps going up every day, you will know that, yeah, you have to be loaded. It costs 10 euros, over 10,000 naira to drink 2 coffees. So stay in London, especially if you're staying in like the highbrow area, you need to have a lot of money.
Guys, how much does it cost to buy a property in London? This is it. Most of the properties that I'm seeing are starting at £1 million. This is £1.750 million. For a 3-bedroom, this is 1.8 million. This is 2 million. 2 million for a 3-bedroom in the view of the River Thames. If you want to buy property here, you have money. Plenty money.
Due to the fact that it's so expensive, there's the bad side of it where it's like there's a big homelessness problem too in London. It's not as visible as the one in New York where you see people on the streets and you see people that they don't have homes. I've seen a lot of videos or documentaries where you see like 15 people living in one tiny apartment or 20 people living in one house, and that's due to the fact that the rent is so expensive. Many people have to now sleep on bunk beds, and yeah, it's not a really cool sight to behold, but when a country or when a city is so expensive, this is part of what happens. This is what you get. People always talk about jackpot, and I've talked about this in a lot of interviews. I've asked a lot of people who either left the UK to come to Nigeria or Africa, or left Nigeria to go to the UK, that what does it feel like living here, and why is everybody running here?
I like the stability of the business in the UK. Someone can't come into my office today and shut down this building or knock down this building. That's not a possibility here.
One thing I like about UK is that it has a lot of opportunities, and also the law. There is rule of law, so the law can always work for you.
So do you think it's worth it paying all that money?
I would say yes, because you get a lot of structure, right? Everything kind of makes sense, you know, there's less unpredictability. Things move along smoother. It's less stressful because you know what you get with what you're paying for.
You have that sense that if anything happens, there is somebody that you can talk to. There are several things I've been able to do, people I've been able to meet, places I've been able to go that, for me, I probably would not have done if I wasn't living in London.
You can live without food for a few weeks, but no pensioner should have to live like that. When I first retired, I found it hell, really. You should be able to live and eat proper food, but You don't. You've got your bills to pay and they go up all the bloody time. And every time you go shopping, something's gone up.
You think, oh, I won't eat today.
Thanks to Age UK, I got attendance allowance. The money is there to buy food with. And it made my life so different. It made my life so different.
I'm here today at the newly opened New Horizons Centre in Roundwood. This wellbeing hub is helping local residents through the cost of living crisis and helping families before they reach crisis point. The community wellbeing service run by the council and local charity Sufra is now based here. This brilliant service provides low-income households with access to affordable groceries, healthy meals and one-to-one support. And thanks to this move, we'll be expanding the service from 2 days a week to 5, helping even more people. Residents can also access Brent hubs, immigration advice, debt support and much more here, and our family housing needs service will also be moving in soon. This is a new model of support, making it easier than ever for our community to get the help they need in these challenging times.
So here we are. Wages chasing Freddos they'll never catch, bills climbing every single year, and a government spending billions on logos while people freeze. This isn't bad luck, it's policy. The question is, how much more can we take before we say enough? Drop your Freddo count, your bill horror stories, your rage comment below. Because if we don't start shouting louder than the price hikes, nothing changes. This is the real cost of living. What are you going to do about it?